Tonight I want to tell you about the new doTerra Precious Florals Essential Oil Blends. It is the new kit that I believe they're having basically for Mother's Day. They usually do it at this time of year, and I'm really excited because although some of them are scents I am familiar with, there's one I'm really looking forward to trying. And they're going to be in a much better size for travel. So we got the cellophane to deal with. Thankfully I have a pen available to kind of nudge that open. I guess this is like one of those unboxing videos. I've often not really understood what the purpose of those were, but especially during quarantine time, makes sense. Now, that's not a note. I left this out for a bit to make sure germs would die, and this is certainly going in the garbage. So it's got this nice little cutout. That's pretty. The paper is kind of bronze, and it's actually quite metallic. That's pretty. So I can open it and then show you. Then we've got the pretty flowers on the cover. Oh, and it comes in really a nice little box. Are we sliding this? Are we popping it open? I don't fully know. It feels not quite right to try to yank it open. Oh, okay. Ooh, it seems like there's magnets in here, because when I flop this down, that sounds like a magnet to me. And it stays closed nicely. That's handy. This is the kind of box you could bring with you, not just for gift box. So it's so pretty. It's just like they have online. All nice and neat. This would be great for travel because they're in such tiny little containers. The normal ones are 10 milliliters and these are 4. So very nice for the purse. So we've got neroli, which is like orange blossom. I'm familiar with that. They've already had that one out. And jasmine. And rose, which just, they now have in the 5 milliliter concentrated version, it's like almost $300, I think. So being able to have this in the touch line, which is already mixed with coconut oil for you, so it's ready for the skin, shouldn't be irritating because it's nice and diluted. It also drops down the price to a much more reasonable level, and you don't have to shriek if you were to accidentally spill a drop. Then there's magnolia, which, if I remember correctly, one of the convention kits came out with a neroli, jasmine, and rose. I think those were first, and then the magnolia came out. They all smell wonderful. I am really looking forward to trying this Blue Lotus, the one over here. I've heard lots of great things about it. All the other ones are delicious as can be. Now I'm noticing there's not the usual plastic lining on here, so nothing to seem to break. I can't really smell it because the roller bottle is not going yet. So let's put it on the wrist. I want to make sure I don't have anything already on there. I probably do faintly from many, many hours ago. You know what's funny? I'm not gonna say it smells exactly like I imagined, but is it Blue Lotus? Yeah, Blue Lotus. It smells like something that makes sense that it lives in/on the water. I can't explain it. It's like, it's light, but it's not like I find the scent of green apples when they try to put a fragrance in a candle or whatever. I find it's very light and crisp, and it's really hard to, no matter how much fragrance oil you put in, it's very hard to make it a strong smell. So it's not quite like that. Not light in that way. But it's light in that it's, citrus is light in its own way. It takes many drops of citrus to feel like it's really strong, but at the same time you can smell it very easily right away. Maybe I'll put some in the back of my hand because I feel funny kind of reaching like that. There we go. It reminds me of something. I'm just not sure what. I'm wondering if other perfumes that I've had in the past have had Blue Lotus. I mean, I love the size. It is perfect for the purse, and chances are I'm probably going to keep these all together wherever I go because I like to mix and match. I like especially mixing neroli and jasmine, or rose and jasmine, rose and neroli. Oh, and magnolia. I kind of work them in together. It's hard to describe. I feel like it's a little bit different than I imagined from people's descriptions, or the way kind of people got excited about it. It definitely smells like something that makes me think of water. And the color Blue Lotus definitely, I feel like, yes, I would not argue with blue representing the color of the smell. I'm not going to say it reminds me of baby powder, but the scents like baby powder and clean linen, I would put it in that category at least, except it's from a natural flower and not man-made scents. I think it's just one of those things you'll have to smell for yourself. And the great thing is, most of us who love doTERRA flower oils are already familiar with the other four, so we know what we're getting into, and now we're getting it in a great little size. And the Blue Lotus is like a nice surprise bonus without the whole thing being a surprise, and if you don't like surprises, having to worry, are you going to like it? I think it'll go really well with others. There's an aspect to it that reminds me of jasmine a little bit. I'll have to smell magnolia again, but I feel like it's grounded as far as flower scents go. It feels more like serene and calm and non-obtrusive. Like if someone really doesn't like floral scents, ooh, it's too flowery, I feel like they might not even notice this is a flower. It just feels more like a green plant. Like it could be in the grass family, perhaps. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing I discovered was the doTERRA site. I believe I think it's connected with the Precious Florals new kit. It has this, those quizzes you can take online. Those are great for lots of different reasons, and sometimes they're fun and they tell you what character you would be, but I love that it goes through like 11 or 12 questions, and then it tells you what perfume combination you might like. And not only does it match it to you personally, what I really enjoy is it gives you ideas on what to mix with what to create a pleasant smelling perfume. So after I did it a bunch of times, and even adjusting, if I had 2 out of 5 answers that were interchangeable, I went back and changed those and still got the same answer. But then after I went back and changed them completely so I could find out what the other answers were, so I could see these recipes for other combinations of scents. And so it was nice to know, okay, this scent goes well with this scent. I think rose was with lime and patchouli, perhaps. So it was helpful to gain that knowledge and to know what pairs well together, or I don't know the pair equivalent word for 3 things, like triple pairs, trios, well. So that was a nice bonus to experience. And what was the other thing? Oh, I was going to check on something, but I'll get back to that later. Either way, from first initial glances, I would definitely say this is a great gift for mom or anyone in your life who you love and who you want to bring this lovely scent, these lovely scents, and in a very nice, lovely box that's already, if you don't love gift wrapping, you're all set. And they just make it very elegant. And I love metallic colors and papers, so it's nice to see that. This would make a great eyeshadow. So, let's see, just to verify ingredients. Oh, it's bitter orange, but I think that's still the orange blossoms for the neroli. Jasmine, rose, Blue Lotus. They all have the fractionated coconut oil. And with the magnolia, it makes me want to go search out a magnolia. Wait a minute. I think I have access to a magnolia. There's some down the street, but I don't remember them smelling like this. I think this magnolia smells infinitely better. So maybe it's another type. I don't know how many different types you could have within the same thing that would still be called magnolia, but they smell great. I think they make a great gift. And if you haven't yet tried the florals and you know you like flowers, I mean, who doesn't like rose? This is a great way to try them all for a much more affordable price than buying them individually. I would have to double check on certain prices, but I think the price of this whole thing together is the price of probably just the Rose Touch regular full size, or it's probably less than that. So again, a great gift for Mother's Day. They have it out in April, so it's ready for May. I would recommend, and I'll be back soon for the next installment. In the meantime, I'm having a new sign-off during this pandemic. Go wash your hands. Maybe that'll stick, because that's something I've had since I was a kid, and it's really back to being useful now. So, peace be with you, health be with you, and please wash your hands for 20 to 30 seconds. Good night.